Hello great learners and welcome to my channel. Today I want to work on projectile motion calculation. The question reads: an anti-aircraft gun fires at an angle of 60 degrees at an enemy aircraft at 10,000 meters above the ground. At what speed must the cannon be shot to hit the plane at that height? We are expected to take G is equals to 9.8 meters per second squared. Alright, solution. Now let's bring out the data we have been given. They say the anti-aircraft gun fires at an elevation of 60 degrees. That means there is an angle given. We can call that angle theta, which is 60 degrees. It is fired at an enemy aircraft at 10,000 meters above the ground. So if, let's say we have our level ground and then it is fired from this ground, right? Projectile motion, it will land back at its horizontal point of projection. So they say at this point it has 10,000 meters height, right? And this is what? The maximum height. Alright, so this is H max. Now they said at what speed must the cannon be shot to hit the plane? So the cannon is shot at a speed which we don't know, and this speed is question. We can put question mark there. Now they said at that very height, right? So we should take G as 9.8. So our acceleration due to gravity G is going to be 9.8 meters per second squared. Now let's recall the formula to calculate the maximum height of a projectile, right? So we recall that formula H max is given by U squared sine squared theta over 2G, right? So based on what we have, our maximum height is given as 10,000. The speed, initial speed here is what we're going to be looking for, while the angle is given as 60 degrees, right? So angle of projection is 60 degrees, and then our acceleration due to gravity is G. Okay, so let's substitute the values into this, right? So this tends to 10,000 is equal to U square sine 60, right? So since it's 60, we are taking 60 now, so 60 square sine 60 square, right? Okay, divided by 2 times 9.8. all right, so if we look at this value, we can then have 10,000 is equals to, here we still have our U square, so we're going to look for sine 60, right? So how do we get sine 60? Make sure your calculator is in degrees. So we press sine 60 and we get what? 0.8660. So we have 0.8660 squared all over. We're going to be taking 2 times 9.8. 2 times 9.8 to give us 19.6. Okay, looking at this arrangement, what we are expected to do now is to solve the bracket aspect first. So we have 10,000 is equal to U square. What's in the bracket? So let's take the square of that value. 0.8660 squared is going to give you 0.74. 0.749956 divided by 19.6. So how do we eliminate this 19.6? We can do what we call cross multiplication, right? So if we have this be multiplied by 10,000, then it will clear off from this place. So we have 10,000 times 19.6 is equal to this value, 0.749956 u squared, right? So we have u squared, and then let's multiply this. So this is going to give us 10,000 times 19.6 rather. So we're going to be having 196,000, and it's equal to 0.749956 u squared. Okay, so since we are looking for u, let's divide what is standing by u through the equation. So we'll be having u squared is equals to 196,000 divided by 0.749956. So let's see what we're going to get when we divide this, right? So when we divide this, let's see what we're going to be having. Divided by 0.749956. So we're going to be having 261,348.6658. Okay, so this is u square, but we are looking for u, so we're going to be taking the square root of both sides. So if we take the square root of both sides, we take the square root of this side as well, right? So this is going to give us this square, take away this square root, so u is equals to, so let's take the square root of that value. So it's going to give us 511.22, and since this is speed, it's going to be meters per second, right? So this is going to be our final answer. So there, according to the question says we should find what? We should calculate the word at what speed must the cannon be shot to hit the plane at that height. So the speed at which the cannon can be hit at the height of 10,000 meters is what? 511.22 meters per second. All right, thank you for following in this. I'm going to see you in the next video. Catch ya.